What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. It has unfortunately been quite some time since I've played. It's been about a week or so, but you know, I have gone ahead and I've looked over the map. I want to go ahead and take over Mali. I want to take over most of Western Africa. I obviously want to take over this very small province from Brittany, and of course, France here has a variety of provinces that have a lot of development, which I certainly wouldn't mind taking as well. I also want to fix my previous mistakes and remove all three of these areas from the nobility. I do understand if I revoke them now because of their poor loyalty, you know, they are going to be a little upset, and of course they are going to see some rebellions. I am going to go ahead, spend some of my money, become the Defender of the Faith once again, only because I would like that extra missionary. For the time being, we're going to use our missionaries to continue to convert what we can. We are currently converting a variety of provinces here into cores. And I absolutely want to go ahead and build up a bastion here. 448 ducats, but I would really love to have this in the mountainous province of Auvergne. And where exactly do we stand? I believe we have a lot of aggressive expansion here, not only in Savoy, but in Naples. So I think I'm going to try to take over all of Mali and, of course, all of Timbuktu, maybe even the Congo, and we're going to focus a little on Africa as well. And 27,000 troops in Mali. Mali is going to be bringing in Katsina and Timbuktu. So we may need a variety of extra units. Let's go to our unrest map mode. We are currently converting the religion here. We shouldn't have too much unrest. I'm going to bring it down 18,000 additional troops. We currently have a lot of ships that aren't doing anything. So we'll go ahead and protect our trade node inside Sevilla. These units here are protecting the Tunisian trade node, which is quite nice, though they don't really need this extra transport ship. So we'll go ahead and we will get you out of there. And let's go ahead, protect trade in the Tunisian trade node. What is quite nice is we did take over a few more provinces. Looks like we have some coalitions forming. We did take over a few more provinces inside Genoa, which of course means we now have a higher percentage of trade power inside our node. Let's see who has declared If we go ahead and declare war on Timbuktu, is it even possible? We don't have any casus belli, so we might have to begin working on that. Now, Congo is inside a coalition against me as well. If I can declare war on Timbuktu, we could easily shrink down Mali, quite easily. And I wonder, if I declared war on this coalition, would I be able to win? Austria is an ally. You know what? I think I will go ahead and declare war. I'd love to take over a lot of Mali. Oh man. You know what? Why risk it, you know? If I produce more units, might be a little bit easier. Unfortunately, I don't believe we have enough income, is what this is saying. 288, we have 229. And of course, I would like to declare war on Portugal, take over the rest of this land that was stolen from me because I was forced to release some lands. Of course, I do want some additional income as well. I think my entire plan, at least for the time being, I'm going to focus on these three provinces down here in South Africa. We have another missionary not doing anything, but that is fine, that is okay. Is Kilwa? Doesn't look like Kilwa is in a coalition against me. Are we fabricating any claims? We are not. Hopefully we could send someone down fairly quickly. We don't have any free colonists at the moment. And it looks like we are in quite a bit of debt as well. We owe 2,331 ducats. Not necessarily the best amount to owe. But of course it will dissipate in time. Looks like we have a very small province here as well. And my entire goal is to obviously return this province from the nobility over to the trade companies. So that way we'll get an extra merchant. And quite a bit of unrest as soon as our cores finish up. That should dissipate. We have a free idea. I will absolutely take the merchant. That is going to be amazing. We are currently funneling trade up the coast into Genoa. We don't have any merchants here in Tunisia. Not sure that we really need one. So, of course, we could move all of those ships from Tunisia to somewhere else. Looks like we don't have any. Well, do we need one? We do not. Let's go ahead and put a merchant inside Bengal. And I get that, you know, it is zero trade power. But I think it would be in our best interest to bring these 40 ships that are somewhere protecting this area possibly down to Zanzibar. That way we could continue to funnel trade up our node here. Or, of course, into, well, Sevilla, 79%. That will come back to us once we take over a variety of these provinces. Let's bring you down to Zanzibar. And we are going to gain a little bit of profit, not a lot, but it'll certainly be helpful. We have the ability to fabricate a claim on Mali in the next few months. Military access from Brittany, sure, why not? And let's go ahead, revoke some of this area. And I believe this is our last province. I think what I'm going to have to do is the Cape of Good Hope, revoke it from statehood. We did lose some administrative power. Let's go into our geography map mode, states and territories. Very soon we should get another merchant once we add this to a trade company, sending them whatever they need. And here we go. Granting me a lot of extra trade power, which will be very nice to funnel up some goods to Genoa here. I really hope all of these are the correct religion, and of course they are. And just a few more. I don't think we're going to worry about East Africa just yet. They do have the right religion. That is primarily my only concern. And here we are, moving up the coast. Okay, so here we go. We should have another merchant very soon. All of these units can make their way up to Kilwa. We haven't even begun fabricating our claim, so let's do that now. Our corruption is growing quite fast. Of course, once we get all of our cores completed, which I believe should be very soon. Our corruption will go down. We have high liberty desire. We just got another merchant. Now we're going to have to work on the East African charter. And with our new merchant, we will go ahead and send you down to Malacca. Transfer trade power. Easy enough. I would like to begin conquesting Siak here. And you know what? I could go ahead and do that. There isn't very much of a coalition down here. Of course, we are going to need some ships. Not too sure where I can find those. I believe Calais Revolt's absolutely going to have 25 regiments. Once again, certainly don't want to cede them to the Netherlands. So now my issue is I want to see how many ships I have. I have 43 transport ships, which means I should have 2 vessels of transport ships. Here are 24. We will move you all the way down to East Africa. But before we do that, we need to ensure... Well, it looks like we found them. We have found the 18 ships we were looking for. And let's find these 24 ships, have them move into Northern Africa, Tangiers. When we have 288 ducats, we'll go ahead and produce more men. And I am going to have to lose a little bit of autonomy, which is fine. I don't want to really deal with any unrest. We have 5 colonies at the moment, so that means we are paying some extra income, and that doesn't need to happen. When we have 288 ducats, we will go ahead and purchase some additional troops. These 18 units can... Well, how long until we have a claim against Kilwa? Not too long. Siak here. Or we could declare on Brunei, but they are quite powerful. They would bring in Pasai. If I declared war on Pasai, Brunei, Bengal, and Siak, what about just Siak? Only Parsai. So I think what I'll do is I'll try to take over these 5 provinces. It's not a lot, but it will definitely give us an extra edge when funneling over a variety of trade goods. Military access from Bohemia, why not? Let's produce those extra men while we can. 103 days. And let's fabricate our claim on Mali. Let's take over Baraka. Recall our diplomat. And try to go ahead and figure out what we're going to take over next. I do plan on taking over Portugal very, very soon. I believe they are going to join in the coalition against me. So we are going to have to declare war on day 1. Converting more and more territory to Protestantism. And I would like to pay some additional income to go ahead and try to knock down... Oh my goodness, look at all of these uprisings. Absolutely ridiculous. We have an 80%, which should go down quite soon. Well, I'm absolutely going to need some sort of... You know, I really was planning on getting innovative ideas, but I might have to go with religious or humanism, only to quell the amount of unrest that I have. And, of course, I do have an uprising here inside Picardy. Here are all of my cores. A lot of these rebel factions should go away. And you know what? I might have to go ahead and require a theologian. But I do like chipping away at our inflation. Our nobility believe they are entitled to more land. And you know what? I believe they are entitled to more land as well. They should now be happy. Their loyalty will tick up instead of down. We are now trading in ivory. Desires of the flesh. We will allow the affair to continue. But of course, we are going to take a prestige hit. Now, if we stopped concerning ourselves with Northern Africa and Western Africa, at least for the time being, you know, we could potentially take over a lot of provinces, not only in Eastern Africa, but also inside Indonesia. Let's begin building up our spy network here. But of course, my primary goal will be to take over Portugal as soon as we can. We have another free missionary. I don't see any men. June of 1645, so, I could have swore it was 44. Well, that's all fine and dandy. And of course, we have some Flemish separatists. We might need to send some troops that way. My main issue, though, is I am so spread out. I have a lot of men here in Western Africa that don't really need to be. I could declare war on Timbuktu very shortly. And you know what? I might as well do it now. That way we could chip away at Mali. And let's go ahead and recall our diplomat, dive into this battle. Having all of this territory and, of course, some extra territory from Mali should be quite nice. I wonder if I could create a protectorate, though I do doubt that entirely. And what is going to be nice is Mali will be fairly weak and they won't want to join a coalition against me. 30,000 troops from Katsina. Hopefully, let's try to get a separate piece from Mali first. That'll be one of our biggest plans, I guess. Okay, Luapula, 37,000 troops. We really need to get, like, a theologian or some sort of humanism ideas. Luba, Hemba, and Kusu. Let's go into our unrest map mode. I want to go ahead and prove the autonomy, but it doesn't look like we can. Primarily because of discontent and intolerance. Well, we are going to be able to quell them down, but it would be a lot easier if we never had to deal with these unrest issues. And we now have the ability to get another administrative idea, but I don't believe we will. Easy enough. Let's try to swarm over Mali, take out what we can. And I wonder, let's go into Mali. Is it possible to force them to leave their coalition? It doesn't look like it. So we'll try to take something like that. 79 aggressive expansion, that's all fine and dandy. And of course, we're going to take all of Timbuktu as well. Moving into Mali, here we are. 26,000 troops about to go down, getting absolutely slaughtered, which is what I love to see. I wonder, is it possible? Nah, it doesn't look like it will be. I was going to try to divide and conquer, take out what I can. And, of course, we wrecked Mali. Let's see what our war score is. Only 14%. Quite a ways away from taking over the provinces we want. And we have a variety of extra missionaries, putting them to good work. You can come down here. You two can begin sieging down Joma, which is the capital province. Very soon, I would like to repay some of these loans, start knocking off some of this inflation. It would be quite nice to take over a few provinces of Katsina as well. But I do realize that might bring me over the limit for my overextension. And 14% of the way finished. not going to be spending any of my ideas just yet. I would like to go ahead, reduce this corruption, and of course it is going to increase once again when we take over even more territory. You know, I wonder, can I make Timbuktu a vassal? And it looks like I can. That might be a little bit easier on me, not needing to spend any type of, you know, administrative power coring. I wonder how much money, or at least administrative power, I would save. I would save 217. You know what? I think I will go ahead and do that. Or at least I'll try to. And of course, I am going to core a lot of territory from Mali. Very soon, our colonies are about to finish up. Let's send these 52,000 troops into Kazembin here. The Grand Bank Fisheries finishing up. Looks like, is this Provence? Provence is helping me out, which is very nice to see. And let's fabricate our claim on Kilwa. Lindy. I may go ahead and vassalize Kilwa as well, only because I'm trying to save some administrative power here. Natives are losing ferocity. Chokewin here. Where is Ishindi? I would very much like to improve our, you know, autonomy here, but I don't think that'll happen. How close are we to getting a separate piece from Mali? What if I did something like this? Not gonna happen either. They do have quite a bit of men. It might be in my best interest to wait until we siege down this fort here. And one of our colonies has finished up. That's very nice to see. Losing ferocity. Portugal has entered into a coalition. That's very dangerous as well. Let's begin taking over more and more islands of the Philippines. You know, if I had, you know, humanism ideas, I would have a lot more manpower as well. Okay, deteriorating relations with the nobility. I could gain a hell of a lot of local autonomy, or I can deal with a variety of uprisings. Are any of these islands? Yes, they are. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to pay a lot of income. That should dissipate in time. My income's gonna drop drastically. It is gonna be nice having another vassal, though. And it looks like we have an uprising in Ishindi as well. If we can, let's begin sieging down whatever we can. And hopefully get a separate piece from Mali. Still, negative 15 reasons. Might need to go have a quick battle here. Possibly even recruiting another general. A 3-2, not bad. Lubeck tells us of civil war. I do need to be on the lookout. Savoy won't be able to join in, which is quite nice. I wonder, Ferrara, we're not going to be able to improve relations just yet. Okay, is it possible to get a separate piece now? Negative 11 reasons. I think I'm just gonna... I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Let's bring all of our troops down. 50,000 should easily be able to take out 74,000. At least that's the plan. We are going to have a -1 crossing penalty, which is fine. And we should be able to kick butt and take names. absolutely shredding the Malian infantry, and here come Katsina as well. Hopefully we win this. We are losing a lot of morale, but we do have a lot of cannons. I'm certainly going to take the... Ooh. I don't want to give them anything, so I'm obviously just going to take the prestige. Are we going to win this? If we don't win this, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Alright, let's end our war with Mali. Don't think we're going to be able to take the territory we want, but we are going to get a separate peace, which is quite nice. And now, we only have to deal with about 30,000 troops. Yay, I guess. Let's go ahead and prove the autonomy of both of these areas, though I do believe they are going to have some uprisings. We have 2 free missionaries. Might as well grant them some good use, or put them to good use. Alright, well, let's go ahead and end this episode here. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in our next adventure.